Hello everyone, I'm the Maximum Guitarist, and this is Let's Play Saga. Last time we completed all zones mode with Monk, and now we're moving on to the next character, which is Dorian, who is Cadence's dad. So, Dorian, of course, like all the other characters, has a sort of special, unique ability, or I don't know what to call it, mechanic, I guess. And his special mechanic is that he moves 2 spaces instead of 1. Now he has the option to move 1 space, which you can toggle on and off with those boot things. I think they're called boots of leaping or something like that. But the problem is, and I don't know why because it doesn't make any sense, they give you no context as to why this is the way it is, but if you turn off your boots and then you're only moving 1 square, but the problem is you take damage, you take half a heart of damage, which I don't really understand why that is, and no one else really does. Like, I tried to look up explanations as to why things work the way they do in this game. The story is just kind of weird. Anyways, right off the bat, Dorian is very hard to control. This was actually, like, only my 6th or 7th attempt at doing an all zones mode. And I've only been playing as Dorian for about a day, which is why you can see me make a lot of mistakes, because I honestly just kind of got lucky. But I have no idea really how to play as this character still. I'm still practicing. But right off the bat, he starts with plate armor, which is called specifically, it's called Dorian's plate armor. And it's basically the same as heavy plate armor, only you can still get pulled. But you have 2 defense, which is extremely powerful. You also start off with 4 hearts and the Ring of Damage, which gives you +1 damage, and a pickaxe instead of a regular shovel. So he's pretty well off from the beginning. However, trying to do the math to figure out, you know, okay, I need to hit this enemy, but they're 2 spaces away and I'm jumping 2 spaces, and if I jump up against this wall, I'm doing 1 space. It's actually really confusing. So that's why this character is difficult. Not as difficult as Monk, or even Eli, or Dove, which I've already played as. Like, Dorian is actually pretty easy. So here's me trying to lure this Minotaur towards me, and I end up getting hit here. I'm like, okay, there's a ghost, there's nothing I can do. This is a really sloppy run. Like, I can do a lot better now, because I practiced as Dorian since this time, and here I'm like trying to figure out, okay, how do I get in this thing? So I dig here, and then I offset myself, and I'm like, okay, now I can jump in. Yay! So that's the trick, is you gotta get yourself to walk 1 space by, like, pushing yourself up against a wall. So right here, I get some ham right off the bat, which is pretty good. Gives me basically an extra life, almost. And I just dig and get this guy close to me. Now, if you saw earlier in the beginning, and I didn't really talk about this because I was still sort of explaining the whole Dorian thing, but I tried to turn on and off my boots, because when you turn them on and off, you don't take damage, obviously. However, you do stand still, so if you move while they're off, you take damage, but you can hit. As long as you stay in the same place, you can turn them on and off, which is kind of what I tried to do to confuse the enemy, I guess, and, you know, stand still. So you can see me doing that here, where I sort of just wait for the dragon to come to me. And I should have hit him there. But I didn't, because I suck at this game. And there was me trying to rush to get that gold because I couldn't have stepped on it, so I need to, like, offset myself by digging. It's all so confusing. Dorian was rather difficult to figure out, because you gotta deal with evens and odds and figure out what's going on. And then I offset myself so I can get in the exit. But yeah, that's my strategy, is instead of, like, dig buffering, I use my boots to stand still. So here I use my gigantic thing thinking, oh yeah, this will be easy, but I end up doing terrible. This is, like, the worst part of the run, is because I was just, like, going for it, trying to, like, kill him quick, but I failed miserably, so I'm like, okay, I just gotta deal with these guys. And it's so hard to get right next to him, so I keep hitting his freaking bat shield, and it's really annoying. But I'm able to get right next to him. And then since Dorian can go so fast across the map, you don't have to worry about him summoning anything, you can just jump right at him. And obviously no flawless victory, so I'm just looking around seeing if there's any gold. And then really quick grabbing the gold and getting out. And we're on to Zone 2. Really, this Dorian as a character is very interesting. It's almost like you have to, you really got to think about it. It's not more slow-paced. I'm trying to look for like a really beautiful word to describe it. Really, the only way I can think is you just have to think about it more. You have to pay attention. You have to know the patterns of your enemies so you can like, change your strategy accordingly to said enemies. Because obviously, if you're moving 2 spaces instead of 1, that changes everything. So here, I grab the extra hearts, eat the ham, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like, I don't need to worry about dying anymore, I've got plenty of health. Now here, I believe I try and push this crate down. And I'm like, okay, I need to hit the bomb, so now I need to offset myself. You gotta make sure that you don't hop over the bomb pad. And I get 2 hearts, and I yet again offset myself. And take out the mushroom. This was a really interesting character to play as, because it was a lot of fun, I guess is the way to put it, because I had a lot of trouble with Monk, so this was quite the breath of fresh air. And I also love how every single character in this game is just a musical pun, because like Dorian, you have like your Dorian scale, and then cadence is a type of musical ending to something, I guess is the way to put it. And then there's a bunch of other ones. However, like Monk and Dove, those aren't musical things, so I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. But like, there's some other characters that I haven't played as yet, like Melody. Obviously, Melody is the main part of a song, the main lead to a song. And Aria is like, I believe an aria is like a solo singing part in an opera or choir or something like that. It has something to do with singing, I know that. So here, I'm trying to get the gold. I'm like, okay, I need to push myself up against the wall, grab that gold. Can't remember, I think, yeah, I take the bombs. I don't need to worry about the obsidian shovel because I already have a pickaxe, which is pretty great. Really, that's what from playing as Monk, I found that my favorite shovel is probably the pickaxe, and close second would be the obsidian shovel, but I prefer what was I saying? The pickaxe, right. Sorry, I'm a little out of it, because I have been very busy lately with a lot of different things. I've been making a lot of videos. I've been worrying about this week's music video, and school and stuff like that, so I apologize if I am sort of sounding like a little bit of an idiot, but man, YouTube life is difficult. It's definitely fun though. Like, YouTube has definitely been a great experience so far, and I'm not even close to being done with my YouTube career. No, it's just getting started. And the gaming thing, and there's me being an idiot and jumping right into a Minotaur, because that's the smart thing to do. But yeah, YouTube is great. Man, I just did not know what I'm doing. I did not know what I was doing. That's the correct tense. Yeah, I sound stupid. I'm gonna be like humble about it. Like, I am an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys ever have those moments? You guys ever have those moments where you're like, oh god, why'd I say that? Well, I'm proud of it. I'm proud because I'm tired. I've been working, man. I have the right to sound stupid. I mean, because I guess this is almost turning to a sort of vlog, because I feel like the Dorian's gameplay here, like if something really interesting happens, I'll talk about it, but honestly, Dorian's gameplay is so similar to Cadence's and like Bard's, except for the fact that he moves two spaces instead of 1. But I've been... okay, I will talk about this. So, I buy the extra heart, but then I think to myself, man, I really want that bow. So what I do is I do this super cool strategy, because normally if you're gonna kill the shopkeeper, you place 2 bombs and then walk away. but because I can jump 2 spaces, I place 3 bombs and then jump away and blow them up, no problem. Unfortunately, I lost my multiplier. And then here's me, like, not realizing that I can jump past the Crown of Greed because I don't want it. And I pick up the blood bow, so now I can heal myself and shoot at guys from really far away. Which is definitely awesome. Plus I've got that damage buff from the ring that Dorian spawns with. So at this point I'm like, yeah, I'm set. I don't normally kill the shopkeeper, but I didn't have enough money to afford that bow and I really wanted it, so... I'm like, forget it, just kill the shopkeeper. Because at this point I'm like, man, I'm doing terribly in this run, so I really don't care if I lose, and I ended up winning just by getting lucky. Yeah, anyways, as I was saying about my musical stuff, I believe that's what I was going to talk about. I am definitely getting a lot better with my music stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying my music-related things, because I've been having a great time. And here's me being stupid yet again, and accidentally not, like, stepping off the teleporter that brings you in the shop, and there's no way to get there unless you jump 1 space, so I had to take a little bit of damage there, which was a little obnoxious. But yeah, I've been having a great time with YouTube. I highly recommend to anyone who is considering starting a YouTube account and me missing a beat like an idiot. Don't do that. Don't miss a beat. Start making YouTube videos. Because there's a lot of my friends sort of like tell me like, man, I really want to make YouTube videos. But not a lot of them do. They're like, oh, I don't have the equipment, or oh, I'm not good enough. Doesn't matter, man. All you need is a camera and a computer. Also, you can see what I did there. The boots, you can jump 1 space. If you jump onto the exit, you won't take any damage. And I use this strategy. I bomb Coral Rift, and like an idiot, yet again, I jump into an attack, because I'm bad at this game. And take out Coral Rift. And now we're on to Zone 3. Now Zone 3 is a little bit tough for Dorian, because it's a wide open space. Well, it's tough for every character because it's a wide open space, but I had a lot of trouble, particularly with Dorian. I think the reason for that was because there's not as many walls that you can push yourself up against because it's wide open. So I had a little bit of trouble, but luckily because I had the bow, I didn't have to really worry about getting close to enemies, and I could just kind of jump back and forth and not worry about it. But anyways, like I said, man, if you right there, yeah, if you have, like, if you want to make YouTube videos, but you're like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I don't have the equipment, all you need is a camera and a computer, and some talent, and a little bit of luck, and you're set, man. It's great. Like, I've been having so much fun with YouTube doing the gaming and the music stuff. I like how there I was jumping back and forth between the cold and the hot really fast, so it sounded like the songs were changing almost immediately. But I thought that was pretty cool. I've really been enjoying this series so far because it feels a little less serious because I kind of just do it whenever I want. I don't really have to worry about it because, as you guys saw a while back, like the Monk episode took 2 weeks, but I didn't really worry about it because it's just one of those games where you're like, I don't really need to take it too seriously because it's just a fun game. It's a fun game to mess around with. And it's also really challenging, which is the fun part, is that you can have fun and also have a challenge. Like, a lot of the times you'll see people playing like rage games that are extremely annoying and not at all fun, but they get a lot of views. Well, this is one of those games that is challenging and still fun, which is very important. I feel like it's very important for a game to be challenging. But I'm basically just doing my regular strategy, except I'm jumping 2 spaces. That's something very important that you should know when you're playing as Dorian, is always make sure, like, you have to line up the axes. Axi? You know what I mean. Basically, if you're jumping back and forth trying to lure an enemy, you either will have to hit it from across, like either to your left or your right, or directly above or below your head. There was the ghost shopkeeper, which I don't think we've killed yet, but when you kill the shopkeeper, the ghost shopkeeper comes after you, but he only has 1 health, so I took him out no problem. But basically, assuming that an enemy is coming directly after you, I found that if you're jumping back and forth, and they're coming from like above you, like for example that ice elemental was coming from above me, I couldn't line up a shot, so what I had to do is I had to wait for it to get on the same line as me to damage it. Because with Cadence, you could just like walk in between where Dorian would be walking. I always get into like these little rambles about math and how this game relates to math, but I'm sure you guys are not interested. There's me getting hit through a wall because hellhounds are annoying. And you know, I'm just working my way through the maze, through the dungeon, just using my regular strategy of find the shop, then find the boss room. But the thing is, I don't need to worry about the shop because the shopkeeper's dead, so yeah. And here I'm just shooting this guy back because I want to get to the bat, but I end up getting next to him anyway, so I just kill him. I'm just waiting for this bat to get within range, and I'm like, forget it, and I just go around. And then I have to deal with this guy. So as you can see, I'm like jumping back and forth, and that bat was in between the two squares I was jumping back and forth on. So assuming that he stays on that line, I'm never going to be able to hit him, which is why I need to go on the other axis and jump back and forth on the same row as him so that I can shoot across. But if he goes up, then I'm going to have the same problem, which is why Dorian is very difficult. Math! And here, since I have a pickaxe, I just dig the throne and just wait for King Kong to come after me. Hit him, and I get confused here, but I'm like, I'm a boss, I can do it backwards. And I did get a flawless victory here, so I get to pick a chest. I think I go for the red chest, and I end up getting the helmet, which is always helpful to have extra defense. And we're on to Zone 4. Now, Zone 4 was a little sketchy, because I almost got killed, I believe. Just like I did in my Monk Let's Play, Zone 4 I almost died, but I was fine. Zone 4, luckily, was not that difficult because I had the bow, and I don't have to worry about stepping on gold, obviously, so the warlocks really aren't that big of a deal. But I ended up just getting a little reckless and almost dying. And there was a monkey behind that warlock, so I didn't shoot him. I gotta get rid of the monkey first. Then I kill this bomb dude, wait for him to get in range, blow him up, and then I can take care of the warlock. And I'm having that problem where I need to get on the other axis. It's insane. Dorian is really confusing. That was the problem I had. And I kill the ogre before he can even raise his club. And I kind of get a little blown up. Just a little blown up. This is a little weird. Here I'm trying to line myself up with the coffin. My only man will take it out, and then I just go to the exit. And then here we are on 4-2. I'm doing this basically the same way. I think 4-2 is the one where I almost got killed because I think like a dragon comes after me. I can't remember this run. Can't remember if this was earlier this morning. I don't even remember when this run was. But I think eventually some bats end up getting released and there's like a dragon and everything is just crazy. Yeah, right here. Some bats get released, there's a dragon, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I just got hit like 17,000 times, and I'm just trying to get away. I'm like, I don't want to touch that warlock because I'm going to end up getting hit by the dragon, which is going to be not cool. So I dig him, quickly take him out while he's not next to the dragon. I'm having the axis problem again with this dragon, so I need to get him to walk into the same area that I'm in. And then I take him out and try and reset myself so I can pick up the gold. And now that the dragon is dead, I just need to avoid the bats and make my way over to the coffin. The freaking bats keep hitting me because they don't like me. Luckily, I had that blood bow, because if I wouldn't have had it, I would have been dead easily. So it's a good thing I killed the shopkeeper. Rip shopkeeper. And then we're on the last level before the final boss. I think I get Deep Blues as my final boss, which if I would have been Monk, would have been terrible, but Dorian, it wasn't that hard, especially because I had the bow and I could move so quickly. Because that's something about Dorian is since he can move 2 spaces, he's basically going twice as fast as Cadence would be going, or any other character that moves on a regular beat. So Dorian is quite a fast character. Can't remember, I think this run is like... I can't remember, I don't know how long, I think this run's about 20 minutes, so... I don't know, I'll see when I'm editing the video, but that's, I believe, how long the run was. And I take out this bomb guy. Unfortunately, I got confused, but I tried to take out this bomb guy so that he can blow up everyone else, but I end up just taking out everyone else first because the bomb guy got confused and went backwards. And there's the shop that has no shopkeeper because shopkeeper is dead. And here I'm just doing the classic strategy of lure out the enemies so you can fight them one by one. I can't remember. Yeah, I go for this guy. What's his name? The Ooze Golem. Always forget that. Take him out. And take out Coffin, and then I'm out. So here's Deep Blues. And I basically just stay back and try and take them out without getting in range. You just gotta play chess, man. You gotta know where your chess pieces are gonna move. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I was kind of a little nervous because I did have 3 hearts and I'm like, geez, I'm on the last level. But no problem, take them out, no problem. There we go. All done. So that was Dorian. I think I'm gonna move on to Melody next, which is going to be the next part of the story. So maybe I'll do like the story part of it and the All Zones mode separately, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I'm going to move on to Melody next though, so hopefully you guys enjoyed Dorian, and I'll see you guys for the next character in the next episode. Alright, bye!